Hello everyone, my name is Alyan and today my guest is Crystal Coach and he is from Sweden. So, hello sir, how are you?
I am fine, thanks, and thanks a lot for your invitation to this session. How are
Thank you
you
so much.
doing? How are you?
I am also fine. I am very thankful to you for giving me your precious time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, before moving on the question, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah. I'm 64 years. I am retired. I am having an old company where I'm coaching people. I am also running a non-profit organization started up recently. I have been working at IBM for 10 years, Ericsson for 3 years. I have been focused on project managing and team leading. And my background is also logistics. And I used to say that I have worked a long way. So I found out that coaching is the area which I really love to do because it was a lot of coaching people when I was working as a project manager, and all the knowledge transferred to India at IBM and at Ericsson. It took a lot of efforts for the people who are coming to Sweden, who were actually like they missed their families, and the people here in Sweden, they were going to lose their jobs. So they were like trapped in a situation which was uncomfortable, I think, for everybody. But my role was to keep on going and to inspire people, to engage them, and to make them to see new possibilities at IBM when I was working there, and to make them to collaborate. And later on, I started up my coaching business, and there was a community coach, and used IT because I love the possibilities we have with social media. I focused on the social part in social media, the communication, and how we can inspire and encourage each other.
That's great, awesome, wonderful. So, my first question in your screen, can you tell us about your background and what inspired you to become a career well-being coach?
Yeah, that is. There are two things. First, the professional part, which was related to my job and the situation, what happened in the world with the progress, and some people are some layoffs, and technology is taking over more and more in parts, but we need to work smarter. And I found out the way to interact, communicate, and be with people. That is the most important part. And then the other part was my private side. Uh, I lost my wife 22 years ago in cancer, stomach cancer. She was sick 1 year. I have lived at the hospice where people were dying every week. One died, and I talked to many people since I lived there with our two children, two daughters. And it was a hard time to see people suffer so much. I have gone through a lot in my life. So well-being was like natural. What is the option? You have two ways to take the situations which are happening in the family, at the work. Either you go down, or you think, I keep on going up. I want to do something more. And as long as we are living, I wanted to do the best of every situation instead of complaining and yeah, like that. So that is the background why I become a well-being coach. And I also noticed that people listen to what I had to say because I have own experiences. It's not like, okay, keep going and talking. I know many people are like saying, keep going. You have to think positive. And that is the worst I can say. It's not easy to think positive if you have lost a person, or if you are living with someone who are losing their jobs. Think positive. What is that? That's no help. I can't think. That's very negative. So you need to be realistic and face the facts, and then start to do something which is good. based on the situation. So that is the background, I should say, and why I chose to become a well-being coach.
Okay, so what does career well-being mean to you, and how does it impact on individual overall qualities of life?
Yeah, I should say it's about enjoy life, no matter of the situation, to see the small things. And when I say the small things, if my body is working and I don't know no pain today, do I have food to eat? Yeah, I'm happy for that. So it's so important to see the small things. And if there are challenges in life, as I said before, we need to find solutions. We need to take actions. So if I need something more, then I need to create a plan and take a step forward. So that is what I think is the most important to focus on and work on the solutions and not focus on what is not possible. Work on what is possible.
Okay, great. So, how does your ICF-PCC certification influence your coaching approach and the service you provide?
For the first, it gives me confidence. I know what it demands to become a professional coach. The training is quite extensive, and you really need to do the work first. You need to read a lot. You need to learn about how you are coaching people. You need to know yourself. You can't go out and say, "Hey, I am a coach," and read the theoretical part and then start, and then you get either you get emotionally involved in a person and then you get reminded of yourself or what you lack yourself, you might need things, and then you avoid the situation, and then you can't be a coach. I will give an example here. When I quit IBM and I was lost for a while, I was broken, I had no money, I was thinking about I don't want to live, and I started to work at the prison, and that changed my thinking, my whole thinking, because for the first I had gone through many things with my wife and she was sick and many other things, but in the prison I noticed how important it is to have this professional approach, because that gives you confidence and you know that you have gone through it, and other people knows as well that this ICF PCC level, it demands something from the person. You can't just say, "Hey, I'm a coach," and start coaching. It's a profession, so it gives me confidence.
Great, amazing. So, what are the main challenges that individual typically face when it comes to career well-being, and how do you help them overcome these challenges?
I should say the first and most important is the uncertainty. People are afraid of change. That's my experience. They are anxious about doing lifestyle changes. They keep on doing the same. We are like habitual. We keep to the same habits we have and what we have done before. But that is not possible. If you want to make a change in your life and have a progress, you need to challenge yourself. And when you challenge yourself, you become uncertain and you are in environments with people you don't know before. And then you have to focus on, first of all, yourself, my thinking, my feelings, my behavior, my own experiences. Yeah, I meet the person, what is it that person triggers in me? So it's about knowing yourself is so important for go through the challenges you meet. If you don't know yourself, so I used to talk about um, self and trust. You need to trust that you are worth. You have a value just because you are born. The second one is the self-esteem. You need to know my feelings, what is happening, why do I feel or react like that, so you can take action, not react. And the self-confidence, you need to have the self-confidence so you are believing in, I can do this. And the self-confidence must be so strong, so no matter what kind of resistance you meet, because when you're changing, you will meet resistance. That's so common. I used to say, an example here, you need to be like a peach, not like an egg. An egg has a very hard shell, and the egg white that is loose, and when you knock on the egg, it pours out like that. And the yellow in the middle, I forgot the English words, there are some other words, but the yellow in the middle, it's also loose and it's pouring out. And people are walking around with a big self-confidence, but that's just a mask. They are walking with a mask. But if you're like a peach, then you have very strong self-trust. I trust myself. I trust that I will get what I need. I have a value. And self-esteem, I know that I'm doing wrong or I'm doing good or that person is doing. I feel a lot of things, but I can control my feelings and I choose how I want to act on my feelings. Don't react. React is escape. It's like something which is coming up if you are in fight, flee, freeze, or fawn. Fawn is not so common, not so much talk, but that is when you are like trying to please others, trying to fit in, trying to, I want to please you. What do you want from me? And then I don't feel good myself. But I was not punished. I was not rejected. I was pleasing other people. And that is something which is very sad because many are trying to please others and then they can't improve themselves.
Right, great, amazing. So, could you share a success story from your coaching practice that illustrates the positive impact of career well-being coaching?
Yeah, I have a couple of examples, but I will take one. It was a client working for a big company and wanted to change a career path, wanted to become an entrepreneur and start up as an entrepreneur, start up his own company. And he was so certain on this is the way he should go, but he was also married, so he had children and a wife. And you know, when you're a man and you get your idea, you want to do something, and if you don't have your partner, your wife with you, then you're alone. Then you're like fighting. And I have gone through this myself. And I was, are you sure this is the most important in your life right now? So you shall start up the company. You don't have your wife with you. How do you feel about that? And then I got him to think about the feelings and to put himself in different positions. If you keep on doing what you're doing now, where are you in 3 years, in 5 years? What do you think? And if you would keep doing what you're doing and try to find a regular job with a child and your wife, what is the best way to handle the situation right now? Maybe I am wrong, but what do you think yourself? I just say what you are saying to me. And what the person did was changing the focus to work on the relationship, and everything changed. And he started up, and he become a very successful employee at other company. So I saw a big change during that process, and it's, I used to say 5 sessions, and we work on that, and we follow up that you're doing the right things after every session, so you don't fall, because it's so easy to say and talk, and then you do something else. So that's one very
Amazing.
successful well-being story, one of them.
Great. So, how do you assess and evaluate a client's current career well-being, and how do you tailor your coaching to their specific needs?
The only way I'm working as a coach is to ask questions. I'm asking my clients. So they have to describe their current situation. They need to describe what kind of situation they want to improve. They need to set up a goal. They just describe the different challenges they have in their lives. And based on that and what they want to achieve, I use something called the balance wheel or life wheel of life, where there are 8 areas you can choose to work on, and then you do an assessment. Where are you between a scale range between 1 to 10, and they point out where they are within those different uh, pieces of the cake, so to say. So that is so important that they are doing actually the self-assessment themselves, so they will get instant feedback. And then what do you think about that? So they will tell, what is it here? Is there something you want to improve, or do you think that is enough? Which of the areas do you want to focus on first? And you can change later on, but we start here where you say is the most important for you right now.
Amazing. So, how do you, sorry, can you explain connection between career well-being and overall health and happiness?
Yeah, I should say the most important, it is ourselves. And I go back to, we need to be happy. If you're not happy, nothing is possible. We can do things for survive or for, but that's not well-being. Then we are just doing, for example, we are just doing a job, but we don't have passion for the job. Then it's not well-being. It can be that we sometimes, like, you haven't had, I will give an example, you haven't had a job for a long time, then you get a job. Wow, I get a job, I can pay the bills, I can provide my family, those I love, with what they need. And that is I should say, well-being is the state of mind. It's about your mindset. It can be and it's not about richness in money, status, or something like that. It's about what you feel inside yourself. If you feel, yeah, I am fine today, it's a new day, I'm curious about what will happen today, that is for me well-being. So well-being is happiness, to be open, to be what to say. When we are meeting for here, for example, I feel well-being now. I feel well-being with the way you started up this, the way you're asking the questions, your preparation. That's a part of well-being. If you were coming in here, yeah, I on another meeting, then I would, okay, is this time worth to spend with you now? Because you're not really prepared for this. So that is a part of well-being. And well-being is also prioritize myself, my own time. And when I'm doing that, I can also shows what I want to do. That is well-being as well. Not be a victim of someone else or some others coming up and say something. So it's an internal thing.
Yes, amazing. So, what are some common misconceptions about career well-being, and how do you address this misconception in your coaching?
Also, great question. I should say it's about, many people are looking at themselves through other people's eyes. not their own. So it's like you shall well-being shall be, yeah, you have a status, I mentioned those things, or you get those money and you have this role at the company, but the person feel they still lack something. That's not well-being. So the misconception is, I should say, the facade, the mask is not well-being. That's the, I should say, projection in the society of a successful person. They say, oh, Elon Musk, he must be so successful. His well-being is on top. He might be crying every day, fighting, might have nobody who loves him, cares about him, ask how was your day. He's keep going to build up more and more and more and take over more and more, and he's empty inside. I have met so many people and they can't trust other people because they don't know, are you here for me, or are you here for earning money on me or taking advantage of me? So that is so important. That is, I think, the misconceptions when you're looking at successful people from outside and don't know them and ask, how do you feel? How was your day? Who do you love? What is important in your life?
Wonderful. So, how do you support client identifying and pursuing meaningful and fulfilling career paths?
As I said before, uh, I help them by asking questions. So it's their uh, way of recognize what is important in their own lives, their own situations. So I am following them. I say that coaching is like you're dancing with the client. You need to find out what communication style, what kind of challenges the client have, why is the client there, what is important in the client's life, what is there something which the client want to get rid of, remove, because it's so important to identify what is there and must be removed, because otherwise it can't be placed for something new. And I used to say it's like a bowl with water. If it's contaminated, you can't fill in more clean water, or uh, think that you can do something with the water. You have to throw it out and start over and fill it with clean water. So that is what I think is so important to start with and work on.
Great. So, my last question is what would be your top piece of advice for individual looking to enhance their career well being and overall life certification? Life certification.
I should say it's listen to your heart, be open for your intuition, take care of your dreams, create goals, smart goals. Now I'm talking, they must be specific, measurable, attractive, realistic, and timeable. So you need to plan well and start now. Don't wait until you have fixed and now it's perfect. It will never be a perfect time to start up with the process of changing what you want to achieve. Do the small steps first. If it's just go up in the morning 1 hour earlier, to just sit time for thinking for yourself, what are the things I shall do today? How do I feel today? So it's very important. And when you have set the small goals, I say always start with small goals so you will be successful. Don't take too big steps, and separate the goals with the part goals so you don't take everything from the beginning. Then we are talking about a vision. Create a vision, create the work towards a vision. Values are so important. You need to know what are your values, because the values will always force us to go in a direction where our values are. And when we work on that, we need to have the discipline. most people are, they can be motivated. They can be like, yeah, it's sunny today, but it's the rainy days. You keep on going. You go out. If you have to be a winner in your own life, you might have to go out at 4 a.m. in the morning and take that walk because you need that. So you're getting used to take the challenges when it's hard. It's easy to say life is perfect. I am feeling very well. I am successful. And you sit there and eat your cake, or you sit in front of the TV, you are lazy and say, but I'm so unlucky. I don't get anything. There is nobody who cares about me. I don't get the job. I don't get what I want. I don't get the woman or man in my life, or my children are not. No, go up, do it. Keep the discipline, keep on doing it.
Great, wonderful. So I am again very thankful to you for giving me a precious time. You teach a lot of things in this short time. I am very thankful to you again. Thank you so much for giving me a precious time.
Thank you so much for the interview and good luck with everything. Take care of you and everything you are doing. You did it so well. Take care. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.